everyone. Today I'm going to talk about technology you probably use every single day without even thinking about it. Picture this: you finish watching an episode on Netflix, and immediately Netflix suggests something very similar. You listen to a song on Spotify, and the next suggestion fits your taste perfectly. You buy a pair of shoes on Amazon, and 10 related products appear on your screen. So, what's going on here? Are these technologies spying on us, reading our minds? Or is there actually a smart AI technology behind the scene? Well, the answer is recommendation system. Hi, my name is Sahar Saidani. I'm an EGL4 student, and today we're going to break down how recommendation system really work. So let's get started. A recommendation system is a computer program powered by artificial intelligence. Those job is to suggest content or products that match your personal taste. The easiest way to imagine it is to think of a very attentive friend, someone who has known you for years, who has seen every movie you love, every song you play on repeat, every item you've bought online, and who can therefore give you the perfect suggestion at any moment. But unlike a human friend, the systems can learn from millions instantly. So it's not magic, it is a logic. Now, before we dive into the details, here is a quick overview of the entire process. A recommendation system works in four main steps. First, it observes you. It collects data on everything you do. Second, it compares your profile with other users. Third, it predicts what you might enjoy. And fourth, it suggests personalized content. These four steps repeat continuously every time you use the platform. The more you use it, the more the system learns and the more accurate its recommendations become. So let's now look at each step in detail. The first step is data collection. As soon as you open an application like Netflix or Spotify, the system begins observing your behavior. It doesn't ask you, what do you like? It figures that out by itself, silently, based on your actions. It records how long you watched a video, whether you paused it, whether you skipped the intro, or replaced a specific scene, what genres you search for, and which content you completely ignore. Every action, even a small one, becomes a valuable piece of information. For example, if you watch three nature documentaries in 1 week and abandon an action movie halfway through, the system understands, without you saying a word, you prefer documentaries. This is called implicit learning, learning from behavior, without the user having to explicitly state their preferences. Once the system has learned your preferences, it moves to the next step, finding other users who are similar to you. Let's say you enjoy action and science fiction movies. The system will scan through millions of user profiles and identify those who have watched the same types of content with similar reactions. In this example on the slide, you and Alice share the same favorite genres: action and science fiction. Bob, on the other hand, is into horror and sports, completely different. So here is what the system does. It reasons that if Alice loved a movie you haven't seen yet, there is a good chance you love it too. This simple but powerful logic. People with similar tastes tend to enjoy the same things. It's the foundation of what we call collaborative filtering. Step 3 is the core of the system: making predictions. There are three main methods for doing this. The first is collaborative filtering. Here, the system relies on similar users. If Alice, who shares your tastes, loved a particular movie, the system predicts you'll probably like it too, even without knowing anything about the movie itself. The second method is content based filtering. This time, the system analyzes the content directly: genre, director, the themes, the pacing. If you've enjoyed slow, atmospheric films, it will recommend others with those same characteristics. Finally, the third method. And this is what major platforms like Netflix and Spotify use is the hybrid method. It combines both approaches for significantly more accurate results. The advantage of the hybrid approach is that it compensates for the weaknesses of each individual method. For example, collaborative filtering can struggle with brand new users who don't have a history yet. This is known as the cold start problem. Content based filtering can help bridge that gap. So, after collecting information, comparing users, and making predictions, the system finally gives recommendations. For example, imagine you watched Interstellar, The Martian, and Gravity. These movies are all about spaces, astronauts, and realistic science fiction adventures. The system noticed this similarity and thinks maybe you'll enjoy another movie with the same vibe. So it recommends 2001 A Space Odyssey, a movie you haven't watched yet, but that matches your interests. So, what makes recommendation systems so interesting is that they constantly change and learn. If next week you start watching comedy movies, all the time, your recommendations will change too. The more you use the platform, the better it understands your taste. Recommendation systems offer many advantages, both for users and for companies. For you as a user, they have your time. You don't have to scroll through hundreds of options to find something you'll enjoy. The system brings the right content directly to you. They also create a unique experience for every individual. Two friends using Netflix won't have the same homepage because the system has learned the habits of each person separately. And they help you discover content you would never have found on your own. Independent films, emerging artists, niche products. For company, the stakes are equally high. A user who receives good recommendations stays on the platform longer, comes back more often, and feels more satisfied. So it is win-to-win cycle. Before we finish, let's recap what we've covered together. A recommendation system works in four steps. It observes your behavior, compares your profile with similar users, predicts what you might enjoy, and suggests personalized content. What's remarkable is that all of this happen in the background, in real time, without you having to do anything at all. The technology learns from you, adapts to you, and evolves with you. These systems are now at the heart of artificial intelligence as it applies to our everyday lives. They are invisible, but they are everywhere. The next time Netflix suggested the perfect movie or Spotify plays exactly the song you needed, you'll know exactly what's happening behind the scene. Thank you for your attention. I'm happy to take any question. And if you enjoyed this presentation, don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful content.